Okay, what I'm going to attempt to do is repack a stuffing box while the boat is in the water. I'm going to take a few precautions to try to mitigate the amount of water that's going to flow in through the gland and into the stuffing box into the boat. I'm going to, let me show you what I'm going to do. This is the boat. This right here is the propeller shaft. And this is where it goes inside of the boat. I'm going to take this and some rope, and I'm going to try to pack the foam and get it around this propeller shaft up into the where it meets the back of the boat or goes up in there, and get that as tight as I can to slow the flow of water. Then I'm going to go back inside to the stuffing box and put this 3/16 flax stuffing material into the stuffing nut, and then put it back on. Hopefully won't sink the boat. The drips is coming out at a pretty good rate, so the stuffing material is worn out. All right, Wayne's is loosening the nut now. Should have plenty of water here in a minute.
Thanks, Wayne.
Wayne's cleaning the shaft a little bit to make the nut slide back easier. All right, Wayne's got the nut off of it now, and there's really very little water coming out. I guess packing the foam around the shaft from underneath the boat helps some. So just trying to clean things up now a little bit. Then we're going to bilge pump's having no trouble keeping up with this small amount of water that's coming in. All right.
I've got a nice pick here, little pick there with a right angle on it.
Yeah.
So,
okay, there's the stuffing coming out now.
So if you pull this out, you want to get, there it's coming out now like a snake,
Okay.
but you need a little right angle hook like that to get in there, because it's going to be pretty difficult. I don't.
Unless you're in Australia, then you'll need a left-handed hook.
Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah, which this one is, mate. See, you can see that it's left-handed. I'll just get this other one out. It's an American one. I'll show you what it looks like. It's a right-handed one there. See that?
Right.
Another dig.
Yeah, let's make sure there's nothing
It
left.
feels like metal now.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah. Doesn't feel like I'm hooking into anything soft.
Okay. All right, I'll push that nut forward so you can kind of see the amount of water that's flowing. This is all the...
Well, there you are. There's the fingers. You can see how much water's coming out of it there.
Yeah, it's really not that much. Nothing the bilge can't handle. So
Yeah.
it's kind of apprehensive about doing this with the boat afloat, but now that seeing this, and it's really nothing. So
Yeah.
just wrapping the stuffing around the flax material around the shaft at the
Just
right size.
allow yourself a little bit extra of the flax so that they do join and they're a pretty tight push. Now that one's probably got about a 1/16 of an inch to an 1/8 of an inch extra.
Is that about the right length you need?
I think so, because when you push it in there and pack it into that stuffing box itself, it's going to squash up pretty well.
Okay.
So we'll just...
All right, so we might as well go ahead and cut the rest of them then?
I think, let's just see how this one fits, mate, into
Okay.
the box first, because I don't want to get it wrong and stuff it all, you know, get them all out of plumb. Yeah, got to get it in there. Mine was easier because I got it right off. Yeah, I think that'll be all right. Let's cut a few more, mate.
Okay. All right, we've got 4 pieces of the flax cut, and you want to rotate these 120 degrees from where your first join is, and then just work your way around 20 degrees from every cut, 120 degrees from every cut. So we're going to do that right now.
All the way around, get it started on that thread. Now the water's still coming out. You're not going to stop that yet for a minute. Try not to twist this stuff, because it will try to twist over on you as it goes in. It's fairly tight. Not tight, but I mean it's got a bit of resistance there to it. So just pushing that in. Now I'm bringing it back around. I've put a little mark on it just here. A bit hard to see, but it is on that putty or whatever's on there, and that will just give me a location to come back to for each one of these. Now 120 degrees is probably down where that finger is there, so we'll run it down to there. I'll put that back in on top of that. Got to hold it there, and spin that around so I can get a hold of it over here. Get me a little pick and push her in from the side, oh, from the front, sorry, and that should stay there, I hope. And we'll just keep pushing that in gently around. It goes in. Hold the back of your nut there so it don't slide down the shaft and you lose it somewhere. Just push in those sides a bit at times and make sure they go in too, they're not catching on the thread, because you've got a thread in there and that's going to tend to push it back out again. Or hold it out, whatever you want to say to that. You see it going in slowly. We're getting around it. We're not affecting the water flow because it's coming out back here in the pipe, so, and the other half of the nut, there you go, and around the shaft.
This shaft, I believe, is 1 inch, and it used a 3/16 size flax. You just want to make sure you got the right size flax for your shaft.
So I'm just pushing that in with the side of that little pick there, so it goes in under the thread. Trying to get it in. It's going in. It's just slow. And if you think, you know, it's hard to understand the accent, that's because John's an American mad bugger. Yeah. I pushed that back a bit then, which was an error because it actually pushed a bit of that nut out of there. This packing out of the nut. But that's okay. It's still in there. So what we'll do now, we'll drag it up and push it onto the nut like that. I mean, we could screw that on a little bit and that'll actually push it down a bit more too, if we can get it in there. It's not going in deep, but we've just got to make sure we don't pull it all out. Just wriggle it if you have to take it back like this, so it doesn't push the packing out. Now there's my mark, so I don't have to guess where that is. It's going to be down the bottom here somewhere on my thumbnail. I'm guessing that's about 120. Okay, get another one of these and pop it in. It's pretty well square, this stuff, so if you it doesn't matter which way it goes in, really. Where'd you buy this from, John?
That came off of one of the shopping networks.
Okay.
Starts with an A, I think.
An A, yeah, right, fair enough. Yeah, you just, because you'll find that West Marine is pretty expensive, so, and you'll only get, like we got a big pack of that there, there's a ton of it there, John's still got it, and I've already cut off 4 pieces.
Yeah, it was like $15.
Yeah, and at West Marine you'll pay $15 for 4 pieces. So it's pretty expensive there. You just got to watch where you spend your money, I think, especially on boats. They're pretty expensive toys. You screw, you've got it on?
Yeah.
When you screw your nut back on, trying to push down the 3 you've got in there, we're pushing down 3 of them to give us a bit of room for the next one to go in. Just pull on your nut, pull it back towards the threaded section that's stuck over the shaft and stationary, just to help it go along and you don't cross thread your brass thread and ruin things, and then you're up for pulling the whole lot out and buying a new stuffing box completely. Which,
see, the water's almost stopped now with the
Yeah.
three wraps in there. We're going to put the 4th one in now.
yeah, so
And,
just undo that now. I've got a little bit of
and the
room.
water's going to come back again a
Yeah,
little.
there it is, coming back a bit of a squirt there, so just cover it with your hands so don't squirt all over you. And there we are. Just now, when you push it back, just take it real steady, because you don't want to rip that stuffing out of there that you've already put in. So we'll just leave it there, and we'll get that other bit of packing, and there it is.
This
And
is the
pop it
4th
in.
one right now that is going in.
And now we're back to the start of the first one, and so that's why that mark's good to have on there, because we know where to start this one now, is right there on that mark, and push it in, and we've got a little bit more room there, so it's going in on my fingers a bit better now. And your nut, because of the packing, is centralized. Now one way to do that too is probably to push that end in first, so it's in there and the rest of it just pushes in around there. So now that was pretty easy. Look, that's the last one to go in, number 4. Pulling that thread back onto the other thread, the thread inside the nut I'm turning, and that's actually cutting out most of the water already. And we'll put a Stilson, I don't know what you call these things, they're not Australian. What do you call it, John?
Pipe wrench.
Pipe wrench. We'll put that on and just tighten that up. Don't get these too tight, or you're gonna...
Or it's an equalizer if you're a little man in a fight with a big man.
Yeah, that's right. And it slows him down real quick. Yeah, so just put that on there, but not too tight. I don't know how tight to put this, John. You probably might have a bit more.
Yeah, so let it stop. You want a drip about every minute.
Yeah.
And while you're sitting still with the motor not running, and then you're going to get some more drips when you
Well,
I don't know.
What we need to do is put something dry under that now, because that's oh yeah, we're getting a little drip
You
there.
just don't want to over tighten it right away.
Yes, because if it does, it's going to heat up on your shaft and it'll damage your shaft and ruin your stuffing. So you really got to give it a little bit.
Anyway, see, it's going to tighten it a little bit. It looks like a drip every second now, and that's about the way you want it when the motor's running. Is about a drip every second, keeping that packing lubricated with water. But then when you stop, when there's not any spinning motion of the shaft in there, then the drip should come down to just like 1 drip per minute.
I'm just looking at that now each time I tighten that a little bit, just to see when the drips are happening. Now that's stopped.
Yeah, we're down to about 1 every 5 seconds. Okay. So this is the 5th wrap. Looks like it would take it. So we're going to try to put a 5th one in.
Yeah.
See if the nut will still go on. If it won't, we'll just pull that one out easy enough.
Yeah.
So.
Save it for next time, it's not ruined. I'll just push the 2 ends in first together, and then push the rest of the packing in. And that way it forces it all in the right way. The end goes in easy, then you're not fighting with an end. Pulling that nut down this way towards that thread so it tightens up, does the job. And it goes on pretty easy. It should go on easy, it's all lined up.
So that took five wraps of the flax.
Yeah. Which is good to have that extra in there.
See, we only did it last time, only put it 3 wasn't near enough. So
just wait for that water to come through, because nothing's coming through at the moment. I might
there's 1 drip.
1 drip, it'll start.
And there's another, so just a little bit. Just go slow with it until hold right there. Let's take a look, see.
Water will find its way through.
Yeah. All right, we're not going to bore y'all with timing drips, but anyway, you've seen it there. It's can be done pretty doggone easily without flooding your boat. Bye now.